and welcome to my channel. My name is Nicole and this video is about my trip to San Francisco and Napa. If you're new here and like these type of videos, please like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. So I was lucky enough to go to San Francisco and Napa as part of a trip to go to a wedding and stuff like that. So I won't show the wedding because privacy reasons and stuff like that, but I was very happy to be back in San Francisco since that is one of my favorite cities, and also got to go to Napa and taste some wine. So this vlog video, it won't be heavily film photography related. It'll have some film photography obviously because I like to take phone photos, and it's also going to include obviously a lot of food because San Francisco is a really, I guess, foodie city, as I would say. So this video will show some film photography, some food, and some sights. So keep watching if that interests you. As for cameras that I brought on this trip to go shoot with, I shot with the Canon AF35M, and inside I had Kodak Gold 200 because I was trying to have that vibe of, I guess, family photos, because Kodak Gold is what I think of when I think of family photos from back in the day. And I also had my Lomo LCA Plus, and I had some leftover Fujifilm Super 400, and I wanted to finish the roll before heading back to Hawaii. So I shot with these two cameras. Photos taken with my phone. So first thing we did after arriving in San Francisco was go to the Asian Art Museum, which I highly recommend as just their regular exhibits, but the reason we went to the Asian Art Museum was because they had teamLab, which is a digital art experience that's from Japan. And unfortunately I was supposed to go to Japan in 2020, but then you know what happened. So I was jokingly saying that when you can't go to Japan, you go to San Francisco and you can get a lot of the same things. Not everything, but they have a lot of Japanese stuff there in teamLab. It's a really cool experience, and besides the photo taking, because obviously you get some really cool photos and selfies, the exhibit is very different from, I guess, normal digital art kind of museum, I would say. So after teamLab, we got dinner at Ushi Taro, which is a ramen shop in San Francisco. And what's interesting is that a lot of their ramen has beef in it instead of chashu, which is pork. So I thought that was kind of interesting, and it was pretty good. I think with being beef, it's easier to eat and feels less fattening versus pork based. And also, if you want to be extra, you can order bone marrow on top of your ramen. Wanted to revisit the coffee movement and try their espresso tonic. So I just want to say that Devil's Teeth Baking Company, so good. Really good if you just want a cheap breakfast sandwich, highly recommend. And the coffee movement is one of my favorite coffee shops in San Francisco. Granted, it's not a good place if you want to study. It's not that kind of coffee shop, but if you just want to hang out or grab some coffee to go, this place is really good and highly recommended to anyone in San Francisco or visiting. So the first winery we went to is called Visatuli, and we went because it had really good Yelp reviews. And I would say the wine was good. Nothing really stuck out, but I would say the wine was good. There was one that I think that had brandy in it, which was interesting. And for the tasting, I would say they give you like a smaller amount compared to other places. And it's a good place if you just want to buy wine, because they have a grocery store there that has stuff for wine and obviously all of the wine that they make. So good place if you just want to buy some wine and bring it back home. So all these trees lead to a winery called, I think it's called Far Niente. And unfortunately didn't do a tasting there. I think they were either closed or booked. But their tastings are definitely on the more higher price, so just to be aware. And they won't let you go further unless you have a reason to go in there. But these trees look something super, I guess, Instagrammable, and in general just very pretty. So I took some photos of it, obviously, and I just like the trees, and I feel like it's so unique because I think they're ginkgo trees, and that's why they're yellow, which is, I think, also popular in Japan during the fall. So at this vineyard, Robert Mondavi, which I guess is one of the famous wineries in Napa, they give you a lot during your tasting, so definitely be prepared. I think most people didn't finish their wine, and a lot of them had to get like the cheese platter or the charcuterie platter or whatnot. So just a warning, if you do decide to go to Robert Mondavi, you might not want to plan extra wine tastings after, unless you can keep on going or have a very high tolerance. So this coffee shop, St. Frank, is super delicious. They make their own in-house almond macnut milk. So if you get like a latte or anything that has milk in it, you should definitely try with their almond macnut milk because it is so good. It is unlike anything I've ever tasted. And you can tell there's a difference between just getting plain macnut milk and plain almond milk. So definitely recommend trying one of their coffee drinks with the almond macnut milk in it. if you're a Star Wars fan like I am, you have to go see the Baby Yoda found at Lucasfilm's headquarters in San Francisco. I mean, yeah, it's not like real Yoda, like walking and talking, but hey, it's still cool. So this is the Palace of Fine Arts, which is this beautiful park area in San Francisco. Honestly, it looks like something you would see in Europe, and I feel like it's very iconic. Like when I see this, I immediately think of San Francisco. And it also looks really pretty at night because it lights up. So highly recommend coming. Even if it's rainy, I still think it looks gorgeous. And this is a photo of Andy Goldsworthy's wood line, which is, I guess, like a wood art sculpture the artist and Andy Goldsworthy made. And it's in a quiet part of the Presidio area, I think, of San Francisco. So I would recommend coming here if you just want to take some nice photos. I think this would look really nice if you did engagement photos because of all the trees and the line. It just really draws your eyes into the photo. So this is where we ate dinner. This is called Wako. It's a Japanese restaurant in SF. They're known for a tasting menu, which is sushi, but it's not omakase. I'm not sure why it's called a tasting menu instead of omakase, but it's really good. It's definitely on the pricier side, and it's a Michelin star restaurant, so you need to make reservations in advance, but this was really delicious and highly recommend if you want a nice meal in San Francisco. If you couldn't tell by now, San Francisco has a lot of good coffee shops, and there are more that I like, but I don't live there, so I go, on my trips, and I can only go to so many coffee shops in one day without consuming too much caffeine. But Ritual Coffee Roasters is really good. They are very descriptive on the notes of the coffee, and I would say they're very accurate. Like if it says it tastes like berries, you will taste the berries in the coffee. So if you're a coffee connoisseur and love tasting coffee and finding those notes, then highly recommend Ritual Coffee Roasters. So this is a photo of the Four Seasons houses in San Francisco, and it's supposed to be like a rival to the famous painted ladies that you see on Full House. And I don't know, I think it's kind of cool, and it's a little different. It's kind of more low-key, and the houses are in really good shape. So if you even are into the whole Four Seasons thing, it's still a nice house to go check out and take some photos from the outside. So this dark, almost gothic looking Victorian house is supposedly where the Grateful Dead used to live. And here is the famous painted ladies. As you can see, the shadow kind of doesn't make the photo look nice, but I was just like, I'll just try. It doesn't hurt to try to take a film shot. So I just took a photo of this house because I thought it was really pretty and very well maintained. I mean, just look at that blue. On film and on the video camera, it looks really nice and beautiful. So this is supposed to be like brother sister house or boy girl house because there's a blue house for the boy and a pink house for the girl. But unfortunately, the lighting was not working in my favor and the colors are kind of faded. And also I thought the pink house, the pink paint's not that strong compared to the blue, so the blue stands out more, but the pink almost looks white. So on film, it basically almost looks white. So unfortunately, the lighting and the paint was just not working with me when I took this photo. So that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and comment below on your favorite part of San Francisco. Anyways, thanks again, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.